Brad, they were saying on the radio you're making a late run for Dalian Coach of the Year.
It's one game. It's one game. You know, that after half time, the way we started there, I was looking for the exit after 10 minutes.
Nathan, does that win, I mean, how much do you save that sort of win, or does it make it more frustrating the rest of the year that you haven't been able to deliver like that, I guess, more often?
We'll take a bit of both, mate, actually. Yeah, we'll savour it, don't worry. We'll take the good bits out of it. And as Brad said, that's one game. You know, we've got to do it again next week. I know that sounds really boring and you're not going to write about it, but, you know, we've got Tigers next Monday night. We've got to do the same thing. And we just got to do that for the rest of the year.
Brad, first time up in the box as the top man. Run us through the emotions over the 90 minutes. I'd imagine that sort of went from one extreme to the other.
Yeah. Well, the way we started, you know, we started really well. You know, after scoring 2 or 3 tries, there was always that little bit of concern, you know, that we didn't drop off the intensity, which we didn't, which was great, and you know, that we defended our line for probably 5 sets of 6, and they put a kick in and scored a lucky try off an error from us.
Yep.
But we didn't drop our head, and you know, the next set when we got the ball back after doing a lot of defence, we were just nice and positive, and you know, I thought completing at 85% for the match, and the amount of the ball movement that we had really took a toll on them at the back end of the first half. But then, you know, to start the second half the way we did, and not have the footy for 10 minutes and have 7 sets in a row with, you know, with piggybacks, and we really talked about it at half time, coming out and starting well in the second half, and you know, that needs to be an area we need to tidy up straight away.
But the ability of the side to absorb pressure, though, it must have been impressive. You mentioned it there in the first half, and then there was a period after they did score 2 tries where, and yet they had 2 or 3 sets that you held them out again.
Yeah, well, you know, we showed that last week, and we've showed at times throughout the year that we can absorb pressure. It's just that, you know, like that error we made straight after half time, you know, it's where we just drop the intensity a little bit, or, you know, we lose our discipline in terms of our defence and our focus. But tonight we kept absorbing them, and I think that builds pressure when they've got the footy, you know, and it frustrates them, and that's what we did to Melbourne last week. But, you know, like that's 2 weeks in a row we've defended like that, but we need to do that, turn up the same attitude again next week.
There's some great defence, but too, there's some attractive footy and some attractive ball movement. That must be nice to watch.
Yeah, it is, and you know, I said to the boys, and you know, and to Hindy as well, I want us to play a bit of footy, but if you're going to make errors, you've got to be able to defend them. And if we're going to turn up for each other in defence, well, we'll keep playing that way. But you know, if they don't want to tackle, well, we can't afford to play that sort of footy. You know, there's not a lot of pressure on us really either.
Nathan, you must be pleased for Chris Sandy. I know it's been a tough year for him, but he really showed his way off tonight.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks as well. You know, I think against Melbourne he was good also. So, yeah, he's finding his groove again. Bit of confidence does everyone in the world good, I suppose. But yeah, it's, you know, it's just one of those things we've just got to keep building on it. You know, and Chrissy's going to be doing the same thing. I thought his kicking game was good. He kicked smart tonight as well. So he's getting there. There's a fair bit of pressure on him during the year because he was the big signing and everything. He's our halfback. He's our little general, but he's handled it pretty well, and he's come through the other side of it, hopefully.
Nathan, that licence to throw the ball around, how big a role do you think that played in the results tonight? Brad was just talking about.
I think it came back more to our defence. You know, I think we got a lot of confidence out of our defence early on, similar to the Melbourne game the week before, and we just stuck to what we did. You know, stuck to our game plan we worked on during the week. But as Brad said, we just have to, if we're going to throw it, we've got to defend it, and that's what we did tonight.
Grant, did you hear from Stephen before the game?
I spoke to him yesterday, mate, and it was the first text message I got after the game, and it just shows the type of person he is. And, you know, a lot of what we did tonight has been off the back of, you know, what he's built and any success moving forward the club has. He's put a lot of time and effort into it, and you know, a lot of it will be off the back of that, mate.
Nathan, I mean, it's a very young side out there too. I imagine the fact that, you know, the age of that side that area must be something exciting that fans can hold on to.
Yeah, we've got a couple of young boys out there that are going all right. I think Blairy had a good game night. Chase Blair out in the centres. Ryan Morgan, Jake Mullaney as well, little rat fullback there. So I thought they had a good game. They all had good games, but it's a positive thing, I suppose, for the club that we've got some young guys coming through to take the place of some older boys. So yeah, a little thing to, I suppose, build around for the future.
Is the wooden spoon a goal? Obviously, you've got to get.
It's a massive goal of mine, mate. I can't wait to get it. Yeah.
Not to win it, not to win it, mate. Just
No. I got asked that question tonight out there, and I really haven't been. Well, we haven't been thinking about it. You know, it hasn't come up in conversation unless it's asked by, one of you guys. It's never been spoken about because, I think we've come to the conclusion if we get it, we get it, and who cares, really? As long as we're going out there every week trying our best and working hard for each other, we'll cop whatever at the end of the year. But if we can come off the field knowing that we've had a decent dig, and that's all of us, if we get the spoon, we get the spoon.
Any injuries, Brendan?
Timmy Manners got a twinge in his ankle. Somebody carried that into the game, so I think he'll be okay.
Making a nice one for the forwards too. I think Justin Paul scored his first try since midway through 2009 or something.
Yeah, he was a very happy man. Yeah. I think Nathan Smith scored as well. So, they're both off the nudie run, so they're quite relieved. Yeah, it was a good night for forwards. Phil, we got over as well, so, real good night for the forwards. About time. Thanks, guys.
Hey, Brad.